Hello everyone and welcome to week number 7 of 52 weeks of fiber art. I'm Brandy and today we're going to play with printing your own designs on fabric. All you need for today's project is some white paper, a black marker, doesn't have to be permanent, that you'll be drawing with, and some printable fabric. You'll also need an inkjet printer. Make sure if you have a nice cutting board that you protect it with paper so your black marker doesn't leak through. The first thing you're going to do is take a white piece of paper and draw lines on it. So we'll start with the lined paper. Today I decided to do designs that go from light to dark. So we'll start with the dark one. I simply filled in my dark fabric entirely with black marker. On my second line, I want it to be slightly lighter than the first one, so I'm going to do a thick geometric design. You can do anything your heart desires here, just make up your own design, but you just want to try to get it gradually from darker to lighter. So to make it a little darker, I'm just filling in squares here and there. As you go. So when I finished my geometric design, I didn't find it was dark enough, so I added in lines in between. So you can just add in lines anywhere your heart desires to make it a bit of a darker design. The next design is circles. So very similar to a quilting design, I just did circles all over. And when I was finished that, I found it wasn't quite dark enough. So I added a solid circle inside and another circle around it. So I did lots of circles on the entire thing, like pebbles. Another great thing about doing circles or pebbles by hand with a pen is that you're really practicing your free motion quilting design. It really makes you better as a free motion quilter. The next design I was trying to do was sort of a McTavishing type effect, except you don't have to keep your pen on the page like you do with stitch. You can remove your pen. So I started with just a sort of a 3-prong banana type design, and then I went off in the other direction. And I just do all directions and keep going. The last two designs get easier and easier because you're covering less white space. So this first one is a simple zigzag. So I do a larger zigzag and then a tiny zigzag in between. And then a larger one and a tiny one in between. And finally, the last design is a simple polka dot. So I'm simply going to just put dots all over the entire fabric. It's as easy as that, and you have an adorable little fabric. Once you're finished drawing and you have your beautiful art designs, now's the time to get it onto the fabric. So there are a few different ways you can do it. If you have a copy printer, you can simply photocopy it and print it on your fabric. If you have a scanner, you can scan your design and print it on fabric. Or if you have a regular inkjet printer that prints from your computer, you can simply take a photo of your design and then print it on fabric. Once your ink has dried, peel off the paper backing and press your fabric. Then you're ready to cut. You can cut it the size of your strips that are about 1.5 inches each, or what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cut little 7/8 inch strips and make a little log cabin design. The last thing you want to consider when printing on fabric is the color fastness of the fabric sheets. Some quilters treat their own fabric with a product called Bubble Jet Set and then test print the fabric to make sure the color doesn't run. Some printable fabrics are for crafts only, like the one I used today. I tested a little piece on this fabric, on this test piece, and it ran completely. On the package it says dry clean only, so you know it's just for crafts that you won't be washing. If you're printing photos or fabric for a quilt that will be washed, be sure to buy printable fabric that says Color Fast Printer Fabric. Whether you're doing scribbly doodles by hand or graphic design on the computer, it's really easy to design your own fabric from scratch. You can find printable fabric at your local quilt shop or go to my Amazon e-store at www.brandylindesigns.com. Until next time, dream big and work hard in the studio with Canadian Quilt Talk.